we are becoming a local refuge. This is what Jesus says to people in Matthew chapter 11. He says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." See, Christians are those who've quite simply taken up Jesus on that offer. We have come to him with our burdens, and we have received eternal rest for our souls. We are those who have found Christ to be our refuge in life. We've found him to be a place of safety and protection and restoration and loving care. Imagine you're out walking the streets in the middle of winter, I don't know, January or something, and you get caught in this massive storm. It just comes in, the icy winds and the sheet rain, and darkness is descending, and you're really against it. But then you walk along your friend's street and you knock on their door and they welcome you in, and you find refuge in your friend's home, and they give you a warm drink and a comfy seat and put the fire on, and you can kind of dry out, and you're there and you're safe and you're sound and you find refuge. Life can be brutal, right? It can be brutal. Sometimes life can feel like we're caught in that storm, and we're just desperately looking for a place of refuge, a place of safety or protection or care or restoration or forgiveness or hope. Listen, the good news is Jesus is that refuge for people. He invites us to come to him. And Christians, as those who have experienced that kind of refuge in Christ, well, we want to become a community in our local community, where local people in inner city Birmingham find their refuge from the storms of life and the harshness of life in the world and the brutality of it, that they find a refuge in some senses in us, but ultimately through us in Christ. And so we are committed to learning the way of Jesus, of humble sacrifice and service of others. We're committed to working out how to love and to care for one another well, how to support each other, how to just be there for each other. But also that overflows from us within the church to those around us, those we encounter around us, so that we might lovingly serve them through the trials of life that they are facing, that we might bring the hope and love of Christ into their situation and their circumstances, so that we are people that they can turn to, people they can trust on, people they know, people who are reliable and faithful, who are safe when there's so many out there that aren't safe, people who will protect them and fight for them and for their good, who will support them and care for them. Becoming a local refuge. Here's just one thing. Again, it could be many, but here's just one thing this might look like in practice for you. It looks like walking towards the pain of others and entering into the pain of their lives to support them and walk with them. Maybe it's through people you might get a chance to meet because you volunteer to become a Safe Families volunteer of our church. We'd love to have more volunteers on the Safe Families team. Or maybe it's just through deliberately seeking out those around who are suffering and struggling in our community and deliberately seeking to reach out to them, to care for them. Being a local refuge for people as they experience the hardships and the suffering of life.